Roki, everything was going really well in this one, really up until that fifth inning. What did you find just either shifted when it came to your stuff that led to a couple walks there?
5イニングまでかなりいい感じで来たと思うんですけど、5イニングになってちょっと歩かせたりとかあったんですけど、何か原因というかありますでしょうか。
そうですね、試合を通してあんまり変化球がいつもより良くなかったので、そういった意味でところで、3巡目になって、なかなか打ち取るのが難しく、なってしまったかなと、思ってます。
Yeah, my off-speed pitch wasn't really good today. So at the third turn through the order, I wasn't able to get ahead in the count. I kind of fell behind, so I couldn't get those out easily.
You looked at just navigating through their lineup. What do you think either led to kind of the results they were getting, their aggression? Did you find that had impact, considering also your off-speed wasn't there?
Can you say it again?
Just how navigating the lineup, understanding that some of the pitches weren't there late in the innings, like how that kind of impacted how he was trying to work through it.
この回をつなげて湧いていく中で、そのインパクトがいろいろあったと思うんですけれども、その抑えるにあたってどのような。
そうですね、5回ランナー貯めてからなかなか要求通りに、投げることはできなかったですし、それはなんていうんですかね、どうしても打ち取りたかった点を上げたくなかった分ちょっとなんていうんですかね、力んで投げてしまったというか、ちょっと力でいこうとしてしまった部分、ちょっとゾーンに行きにくくなって、その後の修正がまたうまくいかなかったかなとは思ってます。
Yeah, at the first inning, I gave a lot of work setting. I couldn't just get the quick outs in it, so I was kind of trying to do too hard, too much. So yeah, that's one of the reasons.
Dave, things obviously shifted there in that fifth inning. What did you just either see from Roki on the pitching side or even on the defensive side with the play, that kind of the ball that went under Freddie's glove that usually would probably be a double play for him?
Yeah, I think obviously the leadoff walk right there, and I think even at the outset, I don't think Roki's stuff was as crisp as it has been recently. You can see that he couldn't land the split. Really didn't have command of it, and then you talk about that inning and the leadoff walk. Then there's a flare in there, and there's a potential double play ball that we just couldn't get a handle on. And then at that point in time, I just thought didn't do any work on Vargas, and something was out over. Then he hits the double, and then the 3 walks that inning. So all that stuff kind of led to that big inning, and that's one thing that Roki's been done a really nice job of, and as a staff we've done a pretty good job of not allowing the huge inning. And the last couple times in the last 4 or 5 games we've given up big numbers, and that unfortunately that happens.
When you look at Roki's stuff and how you mentioned it just wasn't as sharp per se, what part of it was kind of missing for you, and just did it feel like this potentially was a step backwards, or do you still feel like he's in a good spot moving forward, just an off night?
I think he's in a good spot. I think certainly it's not the outcome that we wanted, but I think tonight I thought the fastball velocity was good. The fastball had good life to it. I just thought he just couldn't command that split, and so you look back the last 7 outings, he's been able to strike it, he's been able to shorten it for swing and miss, and today he just couldn't do that.
The bigger innings for you guys recently as a team, how much of that has come down to strikes throwing and not falling behind and walking guys?
Yeah, that's what it is. I think that you're giving away free bases, and then you're allowing slug. And so when you see numbers of 7 or 5 or 4, 6, those are hard to overcome. But when you can give up 1, 2, 3 limit damage, then you have a chance to win. And as good as our offense is, you just can't. It's hard to weather those innings.
That second inning kind of feel like it loomed large too, to not get more out of that as the game went on.
Yeah, I thought the K kid got a good arm. Haven't seen him. I thought we put ourselves in a good position to put up a big crooked number to stress those guys. But yeah, you come away with 2 or 1 and 1 or 2 runs in 1 inning, and we had a chance situationally to hit a fly ball, let alone get a base hit, to really kind of put some distance in the game, but it just didn't happen.
What
do you make where Trinan's at right now and what you guys have kind of seen out of the ups and downs with him this year?
Yeah, I think Blake physically feels good. I think that, certainly doesn't feel confident with his entire pitch mix. The sinker's been good all year. Today, the ball was up a lot. Obviously, kind of with where we were at, he had a run of left-hand hitters. And, you still got to find a way to minimize some damage there. But he wasn't able to do that. I think overall, trying to get him to get some confidence. I think that, he's been there, done that. But I think, even him, you got to have some success, by way of performance to feel good when you take the mound.
Is there some carryover from that from last year, especially like the lack of confidence and the stuff you were kind of talking about at the end of last year with him?
I don't know. I'd like to think not, given how long he's been around. Can't really recall the spring. I thought early on in the season, I thought he was very good. I think his first, 4 or 5 outings, he was dynamic and lights out. And then at that point on, it just kind of gone south right there. But, got to kind of find a way to get him in some good runs and then reset him and get him on a good run here.
Do you think that Rookie might be a little better equipped to kind of flush a start like this now that he does have more of a foundation of success at this level?
I think so. I think so. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you can expect him to be, perfect every time out. He's on a good run. He really is. And so it is a good test for a young player that, after he has one like this, how he responds. That's something that we're all waiting to see. But I do think that he's equipped now with a kind of a good base of some success.
Hey Dave, can you talk about your relationship with Will Venable and what the job he's doing over there with the White Sox?
Will's doing great. He's a little brother to me. He's a mentee of mine. I love the way he leads people. He's doing a great job with the White Sox. It's fun coming here, and I remember a few years back it was empty, and there was a lot of dismay here in the South Side, and now there's a lot of energy, excitement. They're in first place. It's a young, kind of a tough, athletic team. They're pitching well, so Will's the perfect guy. I'm really happy for him, and hopefully we can win a series, though.
Can you add on to that with Vargas, the season he's having? He was in your organization. You guys traded him here, and he's been blossoming this season.
Yeah, he's thriving, and with young players, it takes time. But Miggy's a baseball player, always had the ability to hit. The defense has gotten a lot better. He's in good shape, and so it's seeing him as one of those leaders over there. And obviously Murakami's done a nice job for those guys. But I'm very happy for Vargy.
Did Shohei end up doing anything today?
He just got treated. So talking to the training staff, just right now, I'm optimistic, but I want to, get him through tonight, get him here, go through some semblance of a workout, getting his body ready, and then we'll go from there.